Hello everyone and welcome. So, simple interest, that one topic that just has to show up in every single competitive exam, right? Well, today we're not just going to learn it, we are going to master it. Get ready for some killer tricks that'll save you time and, more importantly, boost that score.
Let me guess. You see a simple interest question and you just know it's going to eat up your precious time, right? If you're nodding along, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to tackle this problem head-on. Let's turn this challenge around and make simple interest your go-to scoring topic.
All right, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with a quick introduction, then I'll show you the one golden formula you'll ever need. After that, we'll solve some basic questions to warm up, and then the main event, the exam shortcut strategy. And you'll definitely want to stick around till the end, because we've got some advanced level questions waiting for you.
Okay. First things first, to really master anything, you've got to have a rock-solid foundation, right? So let's kick things off by getting the absolute basics of simple interest crystal clear.
All right, so the first piece of the puzzle is P for principal. Think of it like this. It's the starting money. It's the cash you either put into an investment or the amount you borrow. Super simple, right? Original amount, that is your principal.
Next up, we have R for rate of interest. This is just the percentage that decides how much interest you'll get or how much you'll have to pay. And here's a pro tip for your exams. Always assume it's per annum, which just means yearly, unless the question specifically tells you otherwise. Keep that in mind.
And the final piece is T for, you guessed it, time. This is simply how long the money is invested or borrowed for. 1 year, 2 years, whatever it is. So there you have it, our three main components, P, R, and T. Principal, rate, and time. Got it? Good. Okay, now that we've got the basics down, it's time to unveil the golden formula. Seriously, this is the one key that unlocks every single simple interest problem.
And there it is. Simple interest is just P times R times T all divided by 100. That's it. Seriously, burn this formula into your brain. Lock it in. Because with this one formula, no simple interest question stands a chance. This is your master key.
All right, knowing the formula is one thing, but seeing it in action, that's where the magic happens. So let's jump right into our first question and put this powerful tool to the test.
Okay, so here's our first problem, straight from the source material. We need to find the simple interest on 15,000 rupees at 14% per annum for 3 years. Let's break this down, piece by piece.
So, the first step, always, is to identify what we're given. Let's see. Our principal, P, is 15,000 rupees. The rate, R, is 14%, and the time, T, is 3 years. Perfect. We have our P, R, and T. Now, all we have to do is plug these values straight into our golden formula. So that's going to be 15,000 times 14 times 3, and then we divide the whole thing by 100. You run the numbers, and what do you get? Boom, 6,300 rupees. See? Told you it was simple.
Okay, get ready. This is the part you've been waiting for. The exam smart strategy, the shortcut. Because yeah, knowing the standard method is great, but in a competitive exam, saving time is everything.
Now pay close attention because the entire secret to this shortcut is hidden in one simple fact. Simple interest is the same for every single year. What does that mean? It means the interest is always calculated on the original principal amount. It never changes. So the interest for year 1 is the same as year 2, year 3, and so on. And because of that, we can do something really clever.
So here's the hack. Instead of calculating year by year, just find the total rate of interest for the entire period. In our last question, the rate was 14% for 3 years. So what's the total interest percentage? Just multiply them. 14 times 3 gives you 42%. Now for the final step, just calculate 42% of the principal, 15,000. And what does that give you? 6,300 rupees. See that? Same exact answer, but you got there in like half the time.
All right, you've got the basics, you've got the shortcut, you're armed and dangerous. So now, let's level up. We're going to tackle some more advanced, multi-step problems, the kind you'll actually see on your exam. But don't sweat it, the core concepts are exactly the same. Okay, check this one out. It's a classic scenario. A man takes a loan of 60,000 rupees at 5% simple interest for 4 years. But then he turns around and lends that same money to someone else at 7% for the same 4 years. The question is, what's his gain? How much profit did he make from this deal? To solve this, we just need to figure out two things: how much interest he paid and how much interest he earned.
Let's use our shortcut. First, the interest he paid. That's 5% for 4 years, so a total of 20%. 20% of 60,000 is 12,000 rupees. Easy. Now, the interest he earned. That's 7% for 4 years, which is a total of 28%. And 28% of 60,000 is 16,800 rupees.
So now the final step is dead simple. His gain is just the difference between what he earned and what he paid. That's 16,800 minus 12,000, which gives us a final gain of 4,800 rupees. And that's how you break down a seemingly complex problem into simple, manageable steps.
All right, let's tackle our final and maybe most interesting question. This one's a bit of a puzzle. A man divides his money into 2 parts. Now, the simple interest he gets from the first part at 8% for 3 years is equal to the simple interest he gets from the second part at 8% for 2 years. Our job is to find the ratio in which he divided his money.
The key to cracking this is right there in the question. It tells us the interest from both parts is equal. So that's our starting point. Interest from part 1 equals interest from part 2. We can just write out the formula for both sides. So on one side, we have P1 times 8 times 3 divided by 100, and that's equal to P2 times 8 times 2 divided by 100. P1 and P2 are just the 2 parts of his money.
Now let's simplify this equation. You can see right away that the divided by 100 on both sides cancels out, and the 8 on both sides also cancels out. So what are we left with? It's just 3 times P1 equals 2 times P2. From here, to get the ratio of P1 to P2, we just rearrange it a bit, and we get P1 over P2 equals 2 over 3. So the final ratio is 2:3. Done.
So let's quickly recap the 3 big takeaways from today. First, that golden formula, it is your master key for any simple interest problem. Second, the same every year principle, that is the secret sauce behind the shortcut. And third, the divide and conquer strategy. Use it to break down any complex question into easy-to-solve pieces.
I am absolutely confident that after this, you can walk into that exam and face any simple interest question without fear. With the right approach and a bit of practice, you are going to ace this topic. So if you found this helpful, you know the drill. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hey, drop a comment below and let us know what topic you want us to break